Hi guys, this is me again, Kify Duruji, your ghost girl. Today I shall be talking using Philippians 2:8. Okay, I shall be discussing humility. I will define humility in my understanding. I know you can find humility discussed or defined several ways, but I'm going to define humility in my understanding using Philippians 2:8. So Philippians 2:8 says, "And being found in appearance as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient to the point of death, even the death of the cross." So this verse is talking about Jesus Christ. So how then do I define humility if it says that God humbled himself and became obedient to the point of death and even the death on the cross? So this simply tells me that humility therefore is, simply put, humility is not the absence of substance, affluence, or influence. Humility is being simple in the midst of so much substance. Jesus, we know, had substance. He was the Son of God. He had affluence. He said in his Father's house there are many mansions. He's the son of a king, God himself, right? And he had influence. He went about preaching and doing good. He could tell you, be healed, your eyes get opened, the lame walk, the deaf could hear. So he had all it takes in the world to be proud, but he wasn't proud. He was Jesus. He was humble and meek. He was the Lamb of God. He was that gentle and so meek. And wherever he went, people admired him and people could imagine what God was like, seeing that he said he was the Son to the Father. So in my definition, as humility not being the absence of substance, influence, or affluence, simply tells us that the absence of money, like being poor, does not make you humble. There are a lot of people who are humble or who are poor and not humble, maybe because they're a king in their village or they're an elder statesman in their place, or they feel they have one and other, not necessarily the money, so they still feel proud and have this pride coming before them. So humility is not the absence of those things. It's when you have those things and you still choose to be humble. You still choose not to put them all in people's faces. You still choose to be modest. That's the word. You still choose to be nice to people regardless of their class. So I'll give you more examples that pertains to us as men on earth today that shows lack of humility or what humility should imply. So first of all, humility is knowing as a man that you are dust and you shall return to dust. And no matter your achievement, you refer to God, you give reverence and glory all to God for your achievement. So you don't say, because I have money, I can buy whatever I want. You say, thank God I could afford that. Many people can't afford it. You don't say, because I'm intelligent, that's why I could scale through. Wisdom is given to man by God. All right? Humility is choosing to settle out of court rather than go to court, because you never can tell who will win the cases. I've seen big men who go to court and lose out to poor people. So humility is choosing to negotiate out of court, even if you have access to a son. All right? Humility is taking a good counsel from someone else who is trying to advise you, probably an elder or a colleague who offers an advice to you, regardless of your PhD from an Ivy League college. So it doesn't matter if you have obtained a PhD or a master's degree in some form of department from an Ivy League. That doesn't mean you know it all. You should always listen whenever advices are given to you. You might be needing them. Humility is choosing not to go to war. For some countries, they feel they've discovered some form of ammunitions or form of missiles, and they hurry to go to war. The missiles do not determine who wins the war. So humility is choosing to negotiate for peace rather than go to war. Humility is treating your subordinates in your office as equals, even though they are subordinates. So you recognize your gate man as a human being, your cleaner, your assistant, the secretary. You have regard for human beings regardless of their position in the society, because you understand that they have nothing to do with your personality. They're not competing with you. You're the boss, no doubt, but you should regard human being because to all on earth, time and chance happen to all. You're not the CEO or the boss because you're the smartest of all. Okay, good. Humility, as in James 4:6, it says God resists the proud and exalts the humble. It goes a long way to make us understand that being humble can help us clear away a lot of problems. And God resists the proud because most times what causes rift and griefs between us is being too proud to even ask for forgiveness. Proverbs 6:3 says, "So my son, when you offend your brother, go to him, be humble and go to him and discuss your issues," because he understands that if you do not humble yourself, you could allow little issues escalate and cause more damage to humanity or even to your own self. So humility is not berating anybody else. It's just trying to be normal in the midst of people, regardless of your status, position, or class. So when you go out there, try to see everyone around you as a human being. Do not weigh people or choose who to respect based on where they live, the cars they drive, where they work, how good looking they are, and stuff like that. That is being proud. That is attributing one's value to what the person has. And that's not being humble. That is making them feel less of a human being. Because as a matter of fact, humility is when you know you are better than them, but you still choose to relate to them as though they were equals with you. Yes, I like us to keep in mind that there is a promise for every word of God. And when God desires that you be humble, there is a promise attached to it. There is a reward to being humble, and that reward is grace. He says in James 6:4 that he gives grace, and that he will give grace to the humble because he resists the proud. And that grace is what brings about upliftment and healing and all the blessings that you desire. So please, brothers and sisters, stay humble and the Lord shall bless you. See you some other time.